Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully this is in focus. I've been having problems with this focus on this camera. Sorry about that. So anyway, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1K subscribers, man. I keep telling you to subscribe. Anyway, thanks for your support. This video is about why data structures are important. So basically, the reasons why I would say data structures are important. First of all, what are data structures? Okay, data structures are a way for you to store data in an efficient way and a logical way. You know what I'm saying? So you can retrieve the data faster, store the data faster without, the application hanging up, stuff like that, whatever. So now that we got that, data structures are important because pretty much every interview I ever went on for any type of development job, it was practically based around data structures, right? So it'll be based around data structures, and then you have algorithms, okay? And algorithms are associated with the data structures. So you have the functions, whether it's sort or whatever, there'll be specific functions tied to that structure. Algorithms, the way you solve problems in a step-by-step way, very important. Usually if you take a class on data structures, it'll have algorithms. So it'll probably be called data structures and algorithms. Very important class. You want to get that down. Like I said, every interview I had, for the most part, has something to do with data structures. Also, most of those interviews will be on pencil and paper, okay? Very few. I actually had one where it was on computers, right? The whole test, this is just an example. The whole test was about a list, a linked list, okay? And I think it had like all of the cities in the United States or something. And the list was not functioning properly, okay? So it was printing out the data incorrectly. Simple enough, right? You would think if you understand the list and the functions and everything, and you can look at this code and correct it, you'll pass the test. Long story short, I failed the test, but that's neither here nor there. My emphasis to you is how important it is. Number one, if you in a computer science program, study hard. Number two, you got to know your data structures and your algorithms, because you got to solve problems. If it's not about data structures exactly, it'll come down to algorithms. What algorithm can you use to solve this problem? And that's pretty much it. Like I could say like 99% of every interview test that I took, it was algorithms and or data structures, period. That's it. You get in there, solve that problem, and usually you're timed. So that's the thing about me. It's like when they tell me I got 45 minutes, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm like a deer in the headlights. But that's neither here nor there. Point blank is know your data structure. So that's why the data structures are so important, because that's what's going to help you get that job. Very, very important. But I have a story for you that will help you be encouraged, I think. Okay, so I knew a guy back when I went and I got my computer science degree, and I was going on interviews. There was a guy who I hadn't seen in a while, and I'm not going to give no names, but he worked at one of the jobs that I interviewed for, and I had known him from really before high school, but I'm just going to say high school. And he worked there. He was a software developer, software engineer, right? No degree. I think he had a Java cert. And that's another thing. If you go to the Java trail, it'll teach you Java. Like, it'll have all these step-by-steps, everything. And if you could pick that up, you could get a Java certification. That could probably help you get a job, entry-level programming job. But I think he had a Java cert. He said the company found him. He got a job, right? Now, keep in mind, I come in there with a degree, right? I don't get the job. I think I failed the test. It was it was a test. It was a simple test too, and I think I barely failed. Like, I don't even know if I really failed it, but I don't want to make myself look any worse. So he had the job, man. I asked him. They didn't even give him a programming test. So you have people out here who are getting jobs. Keep in mind, I was the one with a degree. We got people out here who are getting jobs without taking a programming test. So he didn't have to take a programming test, but yet everywhere I go, I got to take one. And yeah, that's pretty much that's the story. So the story is, even though some people can still make it without having to pass these tests. Okay, it's probably rare, but some people can get the job without having. It probably all depends on the company. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he didn't have the degree, but apparently that having that Java certification was enough for him to fill some role. You know what I'm saying? If you have an understanding of the programming language and they hire you on, you may just be checking the code to make sure the code is makes sense or is neat. You know what I'm saying? Just because you understand the programming language. So there's still value. It's not always 100% clean cut. You know what I'm saying? You're not always going to be the one creating data structures. You know what I'm saying? And I think 9 times out of 10, if you get on a job, you're not going to have to create data structures. So basically, the interview is just to see if you're knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? If you're good enough. It's like a gate that you have to make it through. But when you get in a job, you're probably not going to be creating data structures. But if you're really good at what you do, you could be the one creating a data structure. You never know. So I'm not trying to minimize it. It just all depends. But, I guess like in everything, there's like those core people or those core roles that are very, 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 very important. You got to really know what you're doing. And then there's a whole bunch of extra roles that are around them where, you don't have to be as specialized or knowledgeable, but you can still do well, whatever. Not to discount anybody. Everybody matters. But so, yeah. So, I mean, you may get a job without the degree or having to take the test. You know what I'm saying? But you might also want to look into the certifications, the Java certifications. If, you don't have a degree, you want to get in programming or anything or something like that, check out the certifications, I think they have 3 levels. I think they have a professional one and an expert one for Java. And I believe they also have SQL certifications and stuff, so if you want to do database. So check that out. But the moral of the story is, to get through that gate, you want to make sure you have that theoretical knowledge of data structures and algorithms. Algorithms are very important. Data structures are very important, and the rest will follow suit. If you have an understanding of programming languages, me personally, and it depends on what you do, because some people do web development and everything. I think that's like real hot and stuff like that, but I think the core like C++, Java is important. But that's it. Data structures are important because that's what's going to get you the job. Data structures and algorithms. So have that knowledge, man. Study. Take it serious. Don't play games. Please subscribe. Trying to reach 1K subscribers. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please thumbs it up. Comment. Thanks.